Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for April 27th, 2026. This is for Monday, April 27th, 2026 for the lower 48 United States. And we're going to be looking at the current tornado watches and tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings for the lower 48. And you can see it's a very active and busy day today on this Monday. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on the way in, ladies and gentlemen. We got some active weather here. We're going to be looking at tornado warnings in Illinois. This is for Cass, Morgan, and Scott counties. Hail is already falling here in this purple core on the order of 1 to 2.5, about an inch and a half worth of hail coming out of this. So once again, Cass, Morgan County, Scott counties, all these areas to the west of Springfield and Athens here is a tornado warning system here, radar indicated. This expires in the next 21 minutes here in the red boxes here, the red polygon boxes here. Once again, South Central, Menard County, Sangamon County, Morgan County, in west central Illinois. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over Alexander or 11 miles east of Jacksonville, and it's moving east at 40 miles an hour. So quick spin-ups can happen along this line, along these quasi-convective lines here, these QLCS lines here that are moving through Springfield, Peoria, Bloomington, Athens. You guys are in Lincoln. You guys are all in the firing line here. Once again, get to the lowest level room of your home, your basement if you have one. If you don't, get to a storm shelter. Danger storm be near New Berlin around 5:45 Central Time. So right now it's passing over New Berlin, Illinois. This includes Interstate 72 between mile markers 72 and 91. So once again, move to a basement or interior room with the lowest floor of a sturdy building as this hail. Once hail moves over, and a tornado warning system for South Central, Menard County, Sangamon County, Morgan County, and West Central Illinois, including the I-72 corridor there. Now, with severe thunderstorm warnings in Illinois and Indiana combined here, this is going to be for Edwards, Gibson, and Wabash counties. Once again, straight line winds and hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds possible here in this system here along Boone Gap and Albion. All around this area here is what we're seeing, the convective system producing this hail of straight line winds into Missouri as well. So we've done some warning in Missouri. This includes Berry and Stone counties. Once again, Emerald Beach, Arrow Point, Missouri, and Shell Knob, Missouri, for 1.5-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour straight line winds gusting in that area. Same thing for Lincoln and Pike counties down here in Missouri. This includes 1-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Radar indicated in some rotation around Hamburg, Missouri, Foley, down towards Winfield and Fountain Lakes there in Missouri and Illinois. So that's the most of Missouri. The severe thunderstorm warnings have been in Missouri, Indiana, and Illinois here. It's about an hour west-northwest of Louisville. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be affecting Crawford, Harrison, Orange, and Washington counties here. So if you're coming up there along 64, Interstate 64, or just outside Louisville, 264, the Beltway, Watterson Expressway, be very careful. These storms are going to be moving in the area in the next 30 minutes here. Along I-65, these storms could be impacting 65 from Sellersburg up to Scottsburg, up to the suburbs here, just to the south of Indy. And these storms here are producing heavy rain, lightning, and hail up in the 1-inch area. This goes back in French Lick, Jasper, Indiana, and places like that. Now, we also have some severe thunderstorm warnings that are all concentrated along Illinois and Indiana, but we also have flash flood warnings in effect for Illinois, Indiana, as these storms continue to race off to the east at 40 miles an hour northeast. Flash flood warnings and watches continue for the next 3 hours, 2 hours, 17 minutes for Brown, Pike County, Rawls County in Illinois and Missouri, Fayette and Montgomery counties in Illinois, as well as Cass, Menard, Morgan, Sangamon, and Scott counties in Illinois. Once again, it's more of the same counties here that are overrunning here, because if you don't have the hail or the tornado warning systems in the red polygons here, you do have the flash flood warnings in effect, because this heavy rain is dropping 1 to 2 inches an hour here in some of these areas from Springfield, Auburn, Girard, back up toward Petersburg, Bloomington, Peoria. Heavy rain is affecting all of these areas here, the I-72 corridor. So if you come along there in central Illinois, west central Illinois, it's a slow go, and it could be dangerous. Even in some of the western suburbs of St. Louis here, O'Fallon, some of these storms here are tracking into Troy, Missouri. Some of these storms here are going to be producing some heavy rain that's going to be coming your way in northern, northwestern St. Louis suburbs there in the next hour or two. So be prepared for that just in time for rush hour ending or rush hour beginning. Now, we also have special marine warnings. This is on Lake Erie, Lake St. Clair, the Detroit River here. Some special marine warnings here in effect for 40-knot winds. This expires in the next 45 minutes here. just to the east of Detroit, wind gusts to 40 knots. Showers are located in a line extending 18 nautical miles northwest of Monroe Harbor to 9 nautical miles northwest of Luna Pier to near North Cape, moving northeast at 25 knots. So these wind gusts here outside here in Monroe, up all the way up into the St. Clair Shores area here. So for Detroit River, special marine warning for Lake St. Clair open portion, the U.S. portion, and the Michigan waters, Lake Erie, Detroit River to North Cape, Michigan. So there's 40 wind gusts to 40 knots for boating friends and boating interests in that area. Be very careful out there as well. So as I zoom out here, you can see most of our warnings are concentrated in the nation's heartland, the nation's Midwest here, as you can see here. Places like Springfield, St. Louis, Columbia, Missouri, down towards Springfield, Missouri, back over toward the Ohio Valley, Southern Ohio Valley, so they're coming on I-65, heading out of Louisville once again. So we've done some warnings in I-72, I-70 corridor, maybe possibly out of Indianapolis back towards the central portions of Illinois. That's been the bulk of the majority of the warnings for today. Outside of that, been clear water in the northeast, clear water in the southeast, clear water in the plains, clear weather out west, but cool weather, and nice hot weather in the desert southwest and the western areas, as you can see here. This has been the Watches and Warnings update for the Weather Guru. That's signing off for Monday, April 27, 2026. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.